Hello.
We're here.
All right.
Okay. I'm Gordon.
Laura,
Okay.
first card?
Yes, go
All
ahead.
right, let's see. If a genie granted you 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
If I could have 3 wishes and they would be granted, I would really wish for no more fighting, that everyone would get along. No opioid crisis, so that children could grow up clean in their minds, in their hearts, and all that. That would be my second wish. And the third wish, that I could have a direct route to the ice cream factory, because I love ice cream. That's a frivolous one, I know, but I think I covered the other 2 pretty well. Okay.
All right, my 3 wishes. Let's see. I think probably like the biggest one would be that everyone, like also myself included, took more time to understand people that didn't have the same views. And I wish that everyone took a little more time to appreciate each other, because I think we'd have less issues and more world peace. I think the other one would be equal opportunities, though I think it's very important that the harder you work, the more you get rewarded. I think that a lot of times people start out just far, far less fortunate than others, and I think a big issue in not only our country but the world today is that people don't believe that you should start on an equal playing field, and that you as yourself should be the motivator to get you where you want to be, but that it's from the beginning that you have to fight. But like, you're a kid, so why do you have to fight from the beginning, you know? And I don't know, one thing that I wish for, I guess, for myself is this is a trend that I guess comes back, and it might be a little bit selfish, but I think sometimes it's important to be selfish, is that I wish for success for myself. There may be bumps along the way, and I fully accept them to come, but in the end I hope for success, which I think most people do. So I guess that would be my last wish.
Well put. Well put. If you could tell your younger self something right now, what would it be?
It would be that other people's opinions are not your opinion of yourself.
Same thought that I had in my head, yes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that it comes with time, and I think that I'm glad that I even had those experiences, that people thought things of me, and I was down on myself about it because I learned from it. But I just wish that like 7, 8, 9-year-old Laura knew that was more confident in who she was and didn't care what other people had to say.
Yeah.
I think that's,
yeah. I guess I would tell myself something very similar, don't sweat the small stuff, because it is all small stuff. And, if you weren't chosen to be on the team, well, find something else to do. And that was part of my life. I was a clumsy kid in the lower grades, and I would go back and tell myself, don't sweat it. I was the last kid to get picked. When they used to, all right, choose up sides. Last kid to get picked, and I felt like a leftover, all the time. But this stuff didn't matter in the long run. All right, is it me again?
Yeah, I think you're asking.
Okay. My goodness. What's your biggest regret?
Not spending as much time with people in my life that I've physically lost. Not just, I feel like the very cliche thing is that you don't appreciate your time with someone until it's gone.
Yeah.
And I've lost all my grandparents besides my step-grandfather, and I've lost friends that I know that if I was there more, they probably wouldn't have gone so soon.
Yeah.
So I think that my biggest regret is not identifying people of value in my life and spending as much time with them as they deserve.
I think I will echo that. During my second daughter's formative years as she was growing up, she was a handful. Then when she matured and she got married and had her own family, I did spend a lot of time helping them out, doing some work on their house and all that. And then at times I kind of pulled back, trying to give her more opportunity to become more independent, not to depend upon me for so many things. And towards the end of it, I was helping her a lot. And then she was gone. And my biggest regret is that I didn't see it coming. She took her own life. And that was the hardest thing for me to accept. And still is. So that's my biggest regret. And you've got to my nerve cord,
Well, to reflect on that, one of my biggest regrets is I had a friend who took his own life. And I felt that if I would have been there more, then maybe he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I got that guilt too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always the ifs. If we only could have, if we only had done this, if we'd only been there and all that. But the fact of the matter is we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to take that and move ahead.
Learn from it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the last question.
Yep.
All right.
It's yours.
All right.
Yep.
What are you most thankful for?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm thankful for my health. At my age, I'm not old, but I'm getting older. I'm pretty healthy. I'm thankful for my family. That's a lot for mental health. I'm thankful for the opportunity to really make a difference in this world with my students' parents. I'm friends with parents all over the place. I run into them, and that's a wonderful experience. And if I go into Hannaford in Yarmouth for a 10-minute shopping spree, groceries, I'm in there for 40 minutes. My wife won't let me go in anymore. She said, "You sit here in the car. I'll go in and get the thing." Because I run into so many people. They either work there, or they're shopping there, or it's a parent telling me about their child who is now doing this and doing that. And I love it because I get all this information coming back. One of the best things for me to do is to go to Climate Festival in Yarmouth and just walk down the street.
Yeah.
And I get all this feedback. That's the payback. That's my they say the golden parachute package that the executives get, and they get so many millions of dollars in retirement, even though their company is falling apart and all that. I don't care about that. When I run into my students and I see them and we get that relationship, it's still going. From kids that I had way back in 1968, 69, who are now turning 60. When I run across that, that's what, right. That's what I'm most thankful for, yes, okay.
What am I most thankful for? I'm thankful that I don't have an illness or something like that that physically holds me back. And I think what I truly am most thankful for is my mental health, because my line of family on both sides has never had the clearest mental health and the easiest time with it. And I find that in this world today especially, there's so many people that truly struggle with that, and it's very much stigmatized. And I think that I'm most thankful that not every single day is the happiest day, but I know that I'm a generally very happy person, and that I have a lot to be happy for. And I'm very thankful for that, because there's a lot more people in this world that are not as lucky.
Right. You got to be happy in your own skin. You got to be happy. Not every day is going to be a good day.
No.
Teaching school, I can testify to that.
Yeah.
There were days when things would just go wrong. And at the end of the day, I'd say, wow, this wasn't one of my best days. But the next day or the day after may be a super day. It's a home run.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to average it all out. It's like
Yeah.
marriage too. Every day in marriage is not a home run, you know. It's two different people, two different ways of thinking, two different ways of doing things, and you come together as a couple, and then you pick the good days and you really enjoy them and you work together and all that. So yeah, and so many young kids, they you know, got to have happiness, they got to do this, they got to do that, got to have this, got to have that, and I'm thinking, well, just take it easy, you know? Don't
Yeah.
sweat the small stuff. It'll all come to you in time.
Yeah.
Just be ready for change when it comes and accept it. So, yeah, this has been very interesting talking with you.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
agree.
is.
This has been really very cool. It's
Oh.
nice seeing another person's perspective because you don't just meet someone for the first time and like talk to them about all these like very interesting things
Yeah.
and very like in-depth things. And I think it'd be better if people did. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like I said, I think people would have a better understanding of what's going on in the world and what other people think like if they just
Right.
took a little more time.
Right. Well, I've enjoyed this very much,
Yeah.
and I can include you now in my connection of friends to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Like Sophia is my friend, and you know all these different connections. It's just fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
And I'm glad that someone taught us to read because we wouldn't
I
have got
know.
through this.
How do we do this?
Okay. Well,
All right,
do we shake hands at this point?
director, boss.
Okay. Oh, this has been fun.
Yeah.